Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. There's Porter down here by Evans Way and Louis Pasteur. We got a looks like a hydraulic leak from the street cleaner. I don't know if you guys notice or not, but these machines are driven and operated by hydraulics. So there's an engine that pumps, how you say it, moves the hydraulic pump, and the hydraulic fluid is what moves the vehicle itself and operate all the majority of the moving parts. At least that's what I understand it to be. It could be wrong, but I believe it's all hydraulic fluid that moves these moves everything on there. And how you can tell, if you look real close, you see hoses. You see hoses around there. So that's a hydraulic motor. That tells you the hydraulics move that. Look over here. There's another hydraulic hose. One inlet, one outlet. Now you can hear water dripping, but it's not water. It's actually hydraulic fluid dripping down there. You guys can see it. It's dripping into that drain right there. There's a lot of hydraulic fluid in there. Now, these wheels are moved by hydraulic fluid as well, just so you guys know. Probably can't see the hoses on the wheels because they're kind of enclosed inside, but they're moved by hydraulic fluid as well. Take a quick walk around so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Maybe you can see the hoses on this side. And you can barely see it slightly. The camera's not going to do it any justice. But nevertheless, this is all hydraulic motors. There's another hydraulic motor right there. Hydraulics on that side. So they have a hydraulic leak, which is not good. I imagine you're going to call for a heavy tow to tow this bad boy out of here, unless you get a hydraulic mechanic to fix the not too sure where that's leaking from. It could be from a line itself. Usually it's a line, but it could be a fit-in. It could be a whole lot of different things in there. Sometimes you get a good enough mechanic, they could fix it on site, fill it up and get it going. Like it's like the hardest part of probably getting to the actual spot. Let me see if I can show you where it's leaking. Have to get pretty low to the ground to see it. You really can't see it without trying to crawl underneath there, and I'm not going to do all that. So they have a street cleaner, which is this is biodiesel compatible on the truck there. So that's what runs the actual engine. And we're at Louis Prang Street. I might have mistakenly called it Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur is the other one down, or Avenue Louis Pasteur. This is Louis Prang, which is different. Like there's so much stuff that goes on in the city, so you gotta kind of document what you see. Some of that stuff I think did make it into the drain. I can't say how much of it has, but if you look down there, I don't know if you can see it. It's a slight discoloration of the water that's inside there. They put, for the most part, they put Speedy Dry up there, so it's kind of contained to this area here. Now that sewer that's directly under the truck, I'm not sure, I think that's the Eversource sewer. I'm not 100% sure on that. So we have to check that later on to find out which one that really is. Because water and sewer, that's the drain one over there. That's the raw sewage drain for that one. This one here is the one that dumps into the Charles River. And I think Like I said, I'm not sure. I think this is one of those Eversource sewers. I could be wrong. Just want to document what we see in the city. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to tow this out of here. Might be a little while because it takes a little while to get a crane. Well, we call them a crane. It's a heavier truck. Sometimes it's one of those roll-on flatbeds, or sometimes it's one of those. Because towing this from the back is probably the best way to tow this. You wouldn't want to tow it from the front because of the one wheel, and that would cause tip over. So you want to tow it from the back where you got two wheels stationary on the ground. So I'd be curious to know how they tow that. Like I said, this could be several hours before they actually come down here and check this out. I want to take a look at the sewer in the street right here and see which one this says too. I'm just curious to know what this one says right here. That's Water Resources Authority sewer. So that's a different one. Now that one, I'm not too sure what they do inside that one. That could be like one of those. It's interesting. I don't know what that one's for. It's not an observation. It could be an observation, but not too sure. So they kind of left this in the street because there's no at this point there's no way to move it unless you have a tow truck. Once you lose hydraulic fluid, there's no mobility at all. At least not enough to move it anyway.
That's like the international.
Car sounds like he has a flat tire or low on tire pressure. It has a weird sound to it. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you a Boston Public Works street cleaner that has a hydraulic leak. Now, while I'm here, I'm also show you this too. This is what they call the shot spotter. So this particular device right here is kind of strategically placed throughout the city of Boston with the sole, well, I can't say the sole purpose, with the intended purpose to monitor shots being fired throughout the city of Boston. What it does, it records real-time audio of shots being fired. It's supposed to only be activated by actual shots being fired, which, and that's kind of debatable. We'll debate that some other time. If it's connected the right way, what it will do, it will bring up a map on your computer or screen showing you the exact mapping of the actual shot spotter. And it basically works off of almost the same principle as triangulation. And it shows you the closest point of within 10 meters of the actual shot spotter. This stuff is pretty, if it's used the proper way, it could tell you the actual location and elevation as well. Well, we're not even going to say all that. It does other stuff too, but for the most part, it does. It shows you the actual activation of a shot spotter. It shows you within 10 meters, and also could show you elevation and location. It has other features on it, which, you know, I'm not going to elaborate on those because some people say they don't do it or they do it. But it has. Well, put it this way, it could be modified to do other different things if you wanted to. Put it that way. And I'm not going to elaborate too much on that because, you know, people will say yes, some people say no. some people don't have the full knowledge of it, so they don't comment on it. But it is what it is. But one day we'll have a insight from a professional standpoint, what they believe is supposed to do and how it's supposed to work. And it records the data too. That data is able to be recorded and later on be submitted as evidence or whatever you want to use it as. Like I said, I'm not going to say too much about that because some states are probably using it in a different manner. So, which they probably, I think there are some states that are using it. And it may end up in like federal court where they may find themselves in trouble doing that. So, we'll see. So, for the most part, we have a street cleaner that is kind of disabled at this point. I figure I'll give you a little footage of a street cleaner that's not properly working. I want to see what kind of what you call a sewer cap that is right there, or a manhole cover. We don't want to call it a sewer cap if it's not a sewer cap. It could be we call it a manhole cover. It's the correct name to call it. All right, guys, I'm headed out of here. Until next time, Nez Porter.